Our Earth hides a wealth of undiscovered history. Modern cities sometimes cover up ancient ruins, which archaeologists are continuously unearthing. But sometimes, things turn up in the unlikeliest of locations. The histories of their creation are just as fascinating as the final products themselves. Hello, and welcome back to our channel. If you've got a thirst for knowledge that never quits, subscribe to our channel for more informative videos. Here are 4 strange things found in the middle of nowhere, which might surprise you. Number 4. A strange spherical rock. In the woodlands of Bosnia's Visoka Valley, there sits a questionable rock. Because it's not your typical rock. Some believe this big boulder was purposefully shaped. Some believe it demonstrates the presence of a previously unknown civilization in the area over 1,000 years ago. Internet users, on the other hand, have a penchant for attributing supernatural components to everyday happenings. The object could be a concretion as well as a rock. Concretions are mineral cement-based solid masses. The majority of concretions have a circular shape. However, this Bosnian globe has an odd aspect to it. Similarly, geologists are baffled by the genesis of concretions. These strange, lumpy, or circular stones come in a variety of sizes. Of course, not all of them are as large as this one, but they all come from the same source. Mineral dust clusters together to form a glue that keeps larger particles together, such as sand or dirt. Concrete is usually much tougher than the surrounding rock. This means that the softer material surrounding the stones progressively erodes away, revealing the wonderfully spherical stone we see today. Of course, this is just speculation. So yet, all explanations for the strange Bosnian spheres have failed. Number 3. The Altai Mountains. The Altai Mountains would be in the midst of nothing if such a thing exists. It's a remote crossroads connecting the Kazakh steppes, Siberia, and Mongolia. Because of its remoteness, it is difficult to reach and has a limited population. This section has spacecraft parts, the last thing you'd expect to find here. For starters, Baikonur, the world's largest space launch pad, has a straight line of sight to the Altai region. Rocket fragments and remains frequently crash into these lonely slopes. Since Russia began putting items into orbit in the 1950s, about 2,500 tons of rocket debris has fallen there. When the Soviet Union fell apart, its residents would try to rescue what they could from the ruins. They didn't want their interplanetary secrets revealed after all. They have been less anxious since the dissolution of the Soviet Union. Because of their carelessness, everything is practically left to rust. Massive metal chunks showering down from the sky aren't always convenient for the area's small inhabitants. Residents are only launched if they have been given at least 24 hours warning. However, there have been occasional incidents. A piece of rubble slammed into a town in 2008, coming perilously near to smashing a home. Residents in their homes more than 60 kilometers away had their windows shattered in 2011, when an unmanned missile crashed into the Altai Mountains. Some inhabitants argue that it isn't all that bad. They've taken it upon themselves to disassemble the automobiles and sell the various components, resulting in a financial windfall for some. Number 2. Utah Monolith. From 2016 through 2020, this mystery rock occupied the center of a Utah canyon. The Utah Monolith was a metal pillar set in a sandstone canyon. Metallic sheets were riveted together to form a triangular prism with an overall height of around 10 feet. Though, whose idea was it to put it there? It was illegally stored there between July and October of 2016, and it wasn't discovered for years. Finally, Utah state biologists located it. They discovered the bighorn sheep while doing an aerial survey of the area in November 2020. Many others subsequently utilized GPS devices after reading internet tales of the discovery and started out to find it for themselves. A 10-foot stone in the middle of the desert, is bound to attract curious travelers. Because of the publicity, several residents snuck out and grabbed the monolith. They turned it over to the BLM after about a month. In an unusual turn of events, this began to become commonplace. More than 200 monoliths, similar to the one discovered in Utah, have been discovered all over the world. Some of them, like the original in Utah, were put up anonymously, while others were done on purpose to pay homage to it. The creator of the first one has yet to be found. Number 1. A weird white box. This strange white box was discovered in the forests of New Brunswick, Canada, close to its main border in 1962. It was equipped with a parachute and lens-like structures that made it look like a camera. David McPherson, the individual who discovered it, speculated that it was an American spy camera of some kind. A short time later, the Canadian soldiers took it away from him with no reason. It was natural for him to be wary of the situation as a whole. It wasn't until 2017 that we learned from declassified CIA papers that he had been correct. Project Genetic's white box was actually a hidden camera. During the Cold War, the Air Force ran a covert operation codenamed Project Genetics. The operation sent spy balloons into the sky over China, Eastern Europe, and the Soviet Union to gather intelligence and aerial photographs. The balloons bobbed in the air at heights of 50 to 100 feet. When one of them was blown off track and crushed, this Canadian guy was the one to find it. No doubt, the Air Force wasn't all that. That's it for today, guys. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. We will see you in the next video. Till then, take care.